Many years ago, I was elected to my local school board while I was in law school. I was the youngest elected school board member in the history of Pennsylvania at the time. I saw it then, but now it's 1,000 times worse. And I'm very happy to have with us the founder of American Parents Coalition.org, former chief of staff to the Air Force Secretary, and that would be L.A. Marais. How are you today?
I'm well. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. You put out every now and then this report. It is a scathing report, a look at what's taking place and so forth. So tell us what you have found, because I went through it, and it is repulsive what's going on in our classrooms. And these two massive, radical left-wing, incredibly wealthy unions are largely responsible for it, right?
That's correct. So what we found, unfortunately, is, as you said, these two unions have a very large amount of power. They spend tens of millions of dollars on political efforts every election cycle. They spent $43 million on their political efforts since 2022 alone. And none of that is getting directed back into the classroom or even to our teachers. You know, the national discussion for a long time has been about how our teachers aren't receiving the support and the funding that they need to be able to do a good job. And here's this organization that purports to serve our kids and our teachers, and they're out trying to receive their political power and to have big influence instead of making sure that the next generation is prepared for the real world. And as a parent myself and the organization that we run, parents are extremely frustrated with the current state of education, and that's why we sat down and did a big deep dive into these two organizations and how could this be happening with these two organizations that have so much resources and their bench is so deep for what they have, and they are just not using it for the appropriate efforts.
And at the beginning of the whole process here, they get the resources from we, the American people, paying real estate taxes, enormous amounts of taxes that go into these entities in the name of education. 2/3, 3/4 of which, depending on the school district, go to the teachers. A big chunk of their dues go to the unions, and that's how these unions are funded. They're monopolies. They're funded by people who own homes and commercial real estate and so forth. And if you don't pay it, you lose your home and you lose your property. That's quite a funding source. And you get into this and you say it's not only that they're involved in politics, they are involved in the most radical kind of left-wing politics and indoctrination that can take place, correct?
Absolutely. So teachers and our school system have a captive audience in our children for 8-10 hours a day. And so our kids are sitting in these classrooms, they love their teachers, and the teachers are feeling this immense amount of pressure in the curriculum that's being provided to them and what they're supposed to be teaching and the content that they're supposed to be providing to children. And then on top of that, anytime that a parent does stand up and step forward and say, hey, I have an issue with this curriculum or with this thing that you're teaching my kids or these books that are available in the classroom or in the library, the parents are then demonized. And instead of the schools and the districts finding ways to work together with families to resolve this, much of the time the teachers unions step in and they're providing all of this guidance and these resources on how then to subvert parents. One example that we pulled and we have in the report from the NEA handbook, specifically talking about transitioning students who, you know, may think their identity is different than their biological sex. In there, they explicitly say that any communication with the parents needs to be considered and approved essentially by the student, because parents might, quote, react negatively. So here they are, very, very fundamental decisions on the identity of your own child, and these schools are being counseled by the NEA and the AFT to not even talk to parents. There is no one who is going to be a better advocate, care more, and love their child than a parent. And so for school districts, school boards, teachers unions to try and stand in the way of that relationship is just unbelievable and is totally unacceptable. And these are things that are coming down from the top, from these teachers unions, direct into the schools.
When we come back, so we have this going on in the K through 12. We have going on in colleges and universities, foreign money coming into these universities. You have tenure of these radical Marxist Islamist professors. So basically, the entire educational system is owned by the radical left, the unions, the faculty, foreign money pouring in, billionaire money pouring in, taking our money, the taxpayers, where we pay property taxes and a lot of property taxes funding this. No accountability to us. In fact, as you just pointed out, parents are the enemy. Parents need to be misdirected or quieted somehow or some way.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.